Remember the Philly cheesesteak? Well, here's an uptown version made with a spectacular whole beef tenderloin stuffed with fire-roasted onions and poblano chilies and provolone cheese. It's a guaranteed showstopper, and best of all, you can make it in less than an hour. There are just two things you need to do ahead of time: grill the onions and roast the chili. I call these onion lollipops, and the skewer helps keep the onion slices from falling apart during grilling. Brush each slice with extra virgin olive oil on both sides. Then season with salt and pepper. By the way, you can do this at a previous grill session the night before, for example. And just to show you here, we've got a couple onions and peppers I grilled earlier. This is a whole beef tenderloin, 3 pounds of pure carnivorian pleasure. Trim off the silvery skin on the top. By the way, when you sharpen a knife, never do it directly over the meat. You don't want the metal filings to drop on the meat. Okay, here comes the cool part. So, using a chef's knife, cut a deep pocket in the tenderloin. And the idea here is you want to cut to, but not through, the far edge. Then open up the tenderloin, season with salt, coarse sea salt, as I always use, and cracked or freshly ground black peppercorns. And stuff the steak with provolone cheese, grilled onions, and roasted peeled poblano chilies. Then fold the meat back over itself to reconstitute the tenderloin. You can see I've laid out 6 pieces of butcher string, and invert the tenderloin onto the butcher string. Tie it back up into a compact roast. This is our surgeon's lock knot. Loop through once, then once again, pull tight, and tie off the string. I learned this knot from one of my students who was a surgeon. Snip off the ends. And there's your stuffed tenderloin, and believe it or not, that's the hardest part of the recipe. Now, before it goes on the grill, simply brush it on all sides with extra virgin olive oil and season with a little more of our coarse sea salt and cracked black peppercorns. Now let me show you the grill. This is a wood-burning grill modeled on the grills you find in South America. The grate, for example, is made from these V-shaped bars which channel the fat into the drip pan. The grill is open in front so you can add logs to fuel the fire. And as always, before you put the meat on, brush and oil the grill grate. And here's a trick I learned on a recent trip to Israel. Impale an onion at the end of a carving fork, dip it in oil, and use the onion to oil the grill grate. And place the tenderloin on the grill. You can test the heat of the fire by holding your hand about 3 inches above the grate. Start counting: 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Ouch, that's a pretty hot fire. So what's the deal about grilling over wood? Well, it's different than smoking. The wood provides the heat and a delicate smoke flavor. It's not like the heavy smoke flavor you get in Southern-style barbecue. And to ensure even cooking, rotate the tenderloin, and who knows, you might even get a handsome crosshatch of grill marks. The tenderloin cooks for about 4 to 6 minutes per side. You'll give it a quarter turn. Total cooking time somewhere about 16 to 24 minutes. And meanwhile, with our Philly cheesesteak, how about some grilled garlic bread? This is a flavored butter made with chopped fresh garlic and parsley. Spread it on your favorite bread. I use salted butter. It has more flavor than unsalted. And barbecue is delicious, but it's not subtle. And because bread tends to stick to the grill grate, always remember to oil the grate before putting on the garlic bread. Toast the garlic bread buttered side down first. Now remember, bread and butter are two of the most flammable substances you can put on a grill, so do not desert your post. So when the garlic bread is browned on one side, turn it over and brown the other. So here's the grilled garlic bread, and I can't wait to chomp into this one. Look how delicious that looks. So let's check on the tenderloin. Now, there are 2 tests for doneness. The first is the old poke test. The meat feels gently yielding. Of course, you can also use an instant read meat thermometer. Insert it in one end of the tenderloin. You're looking for about 145 degrees, and we are right on the money. I've let the tenderloin rest for about 10 minutes. You never want to cut into meat hot off the grill or it will be dry. Don't forget to remove the string. If you let it rest, the meat will relax and it will taste much more juicy. This looks incredible. With a nice blush of red to it, just like I like it. And this is a chipotle mayonnaise. You'll find the recipe on our website. So there it is, from sub shop to showstopper, a Philly cheesesteak you'll never forget.